Hey brick fanatics! Now, if there is one word that is synonymous with old school Lego, then it simply has to be spaceship, spaceship, spaceship! Sure, classic Lego includes much beloved themes such as Castle, getting its own 90th anniversary update soon, and Pirates, but none quite captured the imagination of children in the late 70s or early 80s as much as Lego Space. And now, to celebrate the Lego Group's 90th anniversary, the original and iconic 497 Galaxy Explorer has been updated and upscaled, utilising a wealth of modern parts and techniques. There's no getting away from the fact that 10497 Galaxy Explorer is clearly a set designed to press a lot of nostalgia buttons of fans of a certain age. The box art mimics the classic packaging of a bygone era. Just one look transports you back 30 or 40 years. However, we live in an age where reboots and remakes come thick and fast and are often very hit or miss, with fans' beloved childhood memories tarnished by cynical cash-ins, missed opportunities, and modern updates failing to do justice to the memory of the childhood classics that we fell in love with in the first place. So will 10497 be able to offer up a model that's more than just an exercise in nostalgia and deliver a set that's not only worthy to stand next to its iconic predecessor, but will also be considered a classic in years to come? Well, 10497 is much more than just a pleasant trip down memory lane. It remains true and faithful to the classic source material, while at the same time delivering a modern, engaging, ingenious, and highly entertaining experience, with the mix of old versus new being a constant theme. Everything has been so well thought out and considered, and the level of respect for the original 497 Galaxy Explorer can be felt throughout the entire set. There are no stickers contained within this set, just like fans in 1979 would have experienced. The colour scheme uses colours only available back in '79, the only exception being the more modern medium stone grey. The minifigures are near identical replicas, albeit with stronger helmets to stop any cracks appearing, and even the set number 10497 is a nod to the original's catalogue number. On the flip side, the new model is 1.5 times larger. Modern pieces recreate older parts on a larger scale, and there's retractable landing gear and an airlock door, both of which were features not present on the 1979 original. Both add so much more to the overall displayability and playability of the final model. The landing gear is a brilliantly simple yet incredibly satisfying mechanism that folds the landing gear out, allowing the pads to sit flat on the ground, before folding back underneath the fuselage. Also updated is the cockpit area, now allowing 4 minifigures to sit inside rather than just the 2. It's constructed using more modern 1x3 jumpers used to attach each astronaut to the seating area, along with a classic piece, the 2x2 white ventilator used for detailing. Although it's a very traditional piece, it was only reintroduced in 2019, perfect timing to be included in this modern update. Not only does 10497 offer up an enjoyable build experience, it also serves as somewhat of a Lego history lesson, showing fans how older pieces can be recreated using modern parts and new techniques. The front nose cone is a brick-built redesign mimicking the original's 1x2 modified plate with bar handles. The original's printed arrow design is now constructed using a Nexo night shield piece. The original's thrusters, built from a single loudspeaker element, are now brick-built ingeniously using buckets as the speakers, and the sides are more bolts up using a combination of sloped elements, giving the model a sleeker, more defined finish. The original model is undoubtedly iconic, but when looking at it with an objective eye, it's fair to say it's quite basic in its design, especially when it comes to the greebling and extra details. True to form, this model updates that with tiles, wedge plates and slopes, adding details and texture all over the body, all of which make the model feel modern while still maintaining the unmistakable look of the original. 2 beds for the astronauts feature in this updated design, with 1x2 door panels leaving just enough space for the astronauts to lie down with their air tanks still on. And that's probably a good idea when you're travelling through intergalactic space. The airlock door is probably the neatest new design, employing upside-down studs to form the door itself. The whole subassembly is then ever so slightly angled using Technic pins that create the subtle sloped shape of the airlock bay. The printed parts, whilst also new designs, faithfully capture the feel and aesthetics of 1970s sci-fi, with various dials, buttons, control panels, and a whole host of other important spacey looking things. There's even a really cool Easter egg thrown in. One of the cockpit's control panels features a design reminiscent of the video game Asteroids, an arcade classic also released in 1979. Another neat reference is found on the printed 1x6 brick that features the designation LL928. The original model had the same designation, just on a much smaller 1x3 brick. Of course, no reimagining of a classic LEGO space icon would be complete without the ubiquitous Space Buggy. It's a brilliantly fun little design, and the way it rolls down the rear ramp is just so satisfying. The four main engines are by far the most modern design feature of the whole model and are really enjoyable to construct. The parts usage is excellent too, with the large barrels resembling a real-life engine perfectly. The two side engines can also be detached and used as mini skyhoppers for the astronauts to ride around on. Constructing the engines is a great way to end the experience, and it does really cap off the set's mission to update the original model's features using more complex and new techniques and more modern parts. 4 minifigures are included, 2 white and 2 red astronauts that are almost identical to the original 4 that were released with 497. They're such a recognisable and iconic mainstay of LEGO that I'm sure every fan either has multiple in their collection or at least knows exactly what these little intergalactic explorers look like. The classic smiling face, the space logo, the air packs, they're all so well known, and when placed around the model instantly add a level of charm that maybe modern minifigures perhaps wouldn't have done as well. When the first pictures emerged of 10497 Galaxy Explorer, fans could see one noticeable absentee: the large cratered baseplate. While it would have been incredible to get a brick-built recreation, the cost needed for the extra parts would have forced this model into the top end of the price range. As it is, the price point feels perfect. It's a decent and comprehensive build, it's a beautifully executed final design, and there's a decent amount of parts contained within the set. But more than that, the cost of this set makes it so much more accessible for older fans wanting to enjoy the nostalgia trip and younger fans wanting to embark on a classic LEGO space adventure for the very first time. It's not always easy revisiting a classic, and the original 497 Galaxy Explorer is not just any classic, it's one of the LEGO Group's most iconic and well-loved sets of all time. So it's wonderful to see just how much care and attention has gone into the design and the overall experience of 10497 as a whole. It not only feels at home within the modern LEGO portfolio, but should get the seal of approval from those fans old enough to remember and build the original model. It really is an update that's been handled with love and care and affection, and its charm oozes out of every brick. It's brilliant to look at, but thanks to its updated play features, is even brilliant to play with, bringing back all those memories of a child swooshing about their LEGO spaceships. It's a wonderfully fun set and a great way to kick off the 90th anniversary celebrations. LEGO Icon's 10497 Galaxy Explorer is an entertaining, nostalgic joyride which simultaneously delivers an instant classic. And there you have it. Please support the work that Brick Fanatics does, like purchasing your copy of the wonderfully charming 10497 Galaxy Explorer using our affiliate links. And remember, for all your LEGO news, reviews, features and more, head over to brickfanatics.com now. Even better, while you're there, sign up for the newsletter and never ever miss anything LEGO related ever again. I'll see you next time. Hello.